Hey everybody, it's Leah and this is Feel Good Friday. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the creator of One Whole Health, and yes, I'm walking through my barn right now. I'm the creator of One Whole Health, and at One Whole Health, we help women stop anxiety and overwhelm and self-doubt and self-sabotage so they can live their true potential. And I'm coming out here intentionally to be with my horses while I record this one. Crackerjack, you want to say hi? You want to make your Facebook live appearance debut? I'm coming out here because Feel Good Friday is about teaching you strategies to help you feel good. And there is nothing that feels better than harnessing the power of your emotions as opposed to being held captive to them. And because when you can truly not let your emotions slow down your momentum, that's when you absolutely unbridle your full potential. And so I'm out here with horses because Crackerjack is staying back there, because they are really interesting in how they deal with their emotions. They have them. They have tremendous instincts. We call them panicholics sometimes because they feel a fear in the moment and act on it immediately. But the beautiful thing is they also don't hang on to it. So a horse will feel an emotion. He might be thinking and looking like up back there over the hill. He might have a sense a mountain lion is coming down that hill. And if he does, he's going to stay alert. His ears will be peaked, and if the mountain lion gets too close, he'll run. But the minute the mountain lion's gone, a horse doesn't sit and wonder, is there another one coming? So horses are very much in the present moment. Here's Voodoo. We're going to let Voodoo say hi. Hey, buddy. They don't really like cameras right in their face either. But that's the beautiful thing about horses. Oh my goodness, Ray. You're a mess. He's been laying in who knows what and rolling around. You want to say hi? Okay. So that's the beautiful thing about horses is they feel their emotion. They don't stuff it down. They act, and then it's done. It's over. They're not living in the past, and they're not living in the future. They're immediately, he's so dirty. They're just in the absolute present moment. Here comes my love, my Lou. Hey, buddy. Oh, he got a little scared about the camera. It's kind of funny. So there's a perfect example. He felt it in the moment. And now here he comes. Oh, it's my piece of paper that's scaring him. So that's perfect. He's seen this piece of paper that I'm writing a couple of notes on. Either that or he's reading this one's body language. I can't quite tell. But that was so last minute ago. And now here we are, right, buddy? Right, sweet Lou? Yeah. So horses feel their emotion. It doesn't stop them from acting. They act with it and then they move on. And then they're on to the next moment. What humans tend to do is one of two things. Either we feel our emotion and we get so stuck in it that we're paralyzed to do any action, or we deny the emotion and we stuff it down and pretend that we don't feel it at all. And I definitely relate to that. I had hi buddy. This is our golden retriever, we call him, because he's always right up. But I'm not going to really kiss him because I don't know what you've been laying in. So I had, for many years, a really, really painful relationship with my own emotions. Whenever my own emotions would come up, I would just be taken off on a reaction and feel completely out of control. And it made me hate my emotions, which meant I actually hated, you're so silly, hated a part of me, right? Because our emotions are part of us. And it took me both healing my brain chemistry and then learning emotional resilience. Hey, Voodoo. He's the kingpin. Yeah, I feel your breath. It took me really learning to be okay with my emotions, learning that they served a purpose, but then also that I could act in spite of them. And so that's what harnessing your emotions is about. Not stuffing them down. Some people eat to stuff emotions. Some people are workaholics to stuff emotions. That was kind of my MO. And there's great power in actually feeling your emotions and then deciding how you want to act anyway. So being able to live to your highest potential means that your emotions don't slow down your momentum. You feel them, you don't stuff them, but you feel them and release, and you act anyway, and you act the way that you choose. And it's interesting that I was thinking of sharing this topic with all of you today. And last night I actually got a call from my ex, from somebody I was in a relationship with for about 13 years. And he knew me when I had no control over my emotions. Now, I hesitate to use the word control because it's, again, not about making them not happen. It's not about stopping what you're doing because you have an emotion. It's about feeling them, acknowledging them, naming them, and then acting anyway. And so it just so happens that my ex called me last night, and he brought up, so we were together 13 years, and I ended the relationship and walked away at a time when I walked away from everything, frankly, because my emotions were so strong and so crippling, and it was such a painful relationship that I had with my emotions that I really didn't know what to do except run away. So I quit my job, I ended the relationship, cashed out a 401k so that I would have, I didn't know how else I was going to live and what I was going to do. And so this person, he called me last night, and he brought up a time where we had gone to a wedding. And because we were stuck in traffic, we were like probably 5 minutes late for the wedding. And I'd forgotten all about this, but we were about 5 minutes late for the wedding, which meant we'd be walking in, to the ceremony late. Everybody would look at us. At least that's how it went in my head. And so I didn't want to go in. And beyond, more than that, my emotions completely hijacked me and my ability to think. And I had a full-on panic attack, like a full-on anxiety panic attack. I freaked out about, there was no way I was walking in that church to the wedding. And I marched back to the car, and he followed me, and I'd forgotten all about this. And he reminded me of it. And I was like, oh, the minute he said it, I was so back in that emotion. And I was remembering how terrified, truly terrified I felt to walk into a church to a wedding because I was late. And if it weren't for him, I would have left altogether, to be honest. What we ended up doing, the only thing I could stomach, that I could even get myself to do, was wait until after the ceremony and then just kind of merge in with the reception. And what a shame. I actually missed that friend's wedding all over my emotions paralyzing me. So how did I get from that point to where I am now as a person that can feel their emotions and act anyway? Well, for me and for most people, it's a marriage and a dance between healing brain chemistry is important if you're depleted, and 80 to 85% of women especially are. And then after that, you have to do the mindset work and the emotional resilience work. And that's exactly what I've done to be to a point where now I would feel that emotion and I would go in anyway, or I would make another choice, but I wouldn't be victim to that emotion. So once you learn that ability to have emotional resilience, anything is possible. Your potential is completely unbridled because your emotions are no longer slowing down your momentum for the big things you have to do in life, the big plans you have, and what you're here to create. And so the starting point, I want to give you something that anybody listening to this can use. And then I'll talk about our Vibrant Woman program, because this is one of the very powerful tools we teach and practice in the Vibrant Woman. For you listening now, where does it start? It starts with identifying at least what that emotion is. When it comes up, it starts by naming it. And then recognizing that it's not who you are. And what I realized last night when my friend shared that reminded me of that experience is that in that moment back then, many, many years ago at that wedding, like I thought that was all I was. I just was panic. I was panic. And I was looking for, I realize now in hindsight, I was looking for a time when those emotions wouldn't come. And that would be the time that I was going to act bigger and take more risks and do what I wanted to do in the world. I was waiting for the time when an emotion didn't come and I could just act on that. That never happens. We're human. And thank goodness we are. Just like these horses have emotions to alert them to how to keep themselves safe, so do we. And that's a good thing. And yet we don't have to be panicholics and stay in the victim space of our emotions. And we don't have to stuff them down. So for anybody who's listening and this is resonating and you're thinking, yeah, my emotions hijack my momentum all the time. Number one thing to do is start acknowledging them and naming them. Because once you acknowledge and name, they've already lost a little bit of their power. And then if you can think about what was the thought that created the emotion, and then is that thought even true? Because most of our thoughts aren't. My favorite bumper sticker I ever saw was "Don't believe everything you think," right? Because our subconscious mind really creates these thoughts. So recognize the emotion, acknowledge it. Don't try to make it go away. And most important, don't think it means anything bad about you. It's just an emotion. We have them. We're meant to have them. They keep us safe. And when we're having an emotion to a thought that is not actually life-threatening, then as the body, mind, soul person that you are, the whole person that you are, including your higher power, you can then choose not to act on that emotion. You can choose to act despite the emotion. So making friends with it, forming a good relationship, and then just taking the action you really want to take anyway. And most of all, not judging yourself or comparing yourself for having had the emotion. So, and yes, Yvonne is saying the horse will mirror your thoughts. 100%. I can come out and I'll see if I can get over to Lou again. He's not loving this piece of white paper because he is my scaredy cat. Right, he mirrors me. I can think that I am in an emotionless, like just neutral, calm place. And I can get on Lou and he can show me otherwise. Hey, buddy. He can show me that maybe my energy's not as calm as I thought it was. And he's a good test because he's got all kinds of emotions all the time. But that's what we call sensitive too, which is a great thing. Oh, now you're going to lick my ear. Okay. All right. So yeah, our horses mirror those thoughts. So to come back to, feel your emotion, name it, and try to identify the thought that you were thinking that caused the emotion. Maybe you were comparing. Maybe you were judging. Maybe you were thinking something's impossible, and then ask yourself, is that thought even true? And then find a new thought that serves you better. So take those steps and try them and practice them and post here about your results. And if you want to take it a step further, these are the things that we work on. This is one of the many things we work on in the Vibrant Women's Coaching Group here at One Whole Health. Our doors are open for Vibrant Women right now. We're going to see Voodoo one more time. Hi, buddy. The doors are open for the Vibrant Woman. If you think this could be right for you, I encourage you to answer a few questions for me in the link I'll put below this video, onewholehealth.com, help me Leah. And we'll jump on the phone and we'll talk about it and we'll see if it's a good fit. And we'll see if you're ready to make peace with your emotions, have a great relationship with your emotions, and not let your emotions slow down your momentum and your potential. It's you unbridled. Thanks, everybody. Happy Friday from all of us.